say the most frustrating subject of first year. It should be removed from the syllabus. There is 8 months now. 6 months, everyone must have chilled. Only those 2 months might have been. Please don't get involved with so much with anybody that you forget who you are.
तो आज हमारे साथ है संस्कार, राइट, CSC डिपार्टमेंट के, और वो टॉपर भी रह चुके हैं पिछले सेमेस्टर के. तो कुछ टिप्स शेयर करेंगे आने वाले जूनियर्स के लिए, जिससे कि आपको काफ़ी ज़्यादा हेल्प होगी. तो संस्कार, आपका इंट्रोडक्शन मैंने भी दे दिया, आप भी कुछ बता दो अगर रह गया तो.
So I am Sanskar Dhyani. I am pursuing first year in BTech CSC at NIT Jalandhar. I am originally from Rishikesh, Uttarakhand, and it's the first time I have come out of my town to pursue my studies here.
Okay, so first time out of Uttarakhand.
Yeah.
Right. So today Sanskar gonna share some tips about how he studied so hard and so well. So he scored 9.5 CGPA in his first semester, which is one of the toughest semester ever in BTech, right? The Applied Math 1 semester.
Yeah.
So let's start with the subject Applied Maths 1. As we all know, it's one of the hardest subjects.
पहले तो firstly I would like to clear the air that it is going to be tough. It is going to be cool. Actually, in the first semester, applied mathematics 1. It was very enjoyable for me. I had enjoyed maths in my J time also. So I enjoyed doing maths. So it was not a load for me at all. So I just practiced weekly or bi-weekly, whatever was done in class, and just I was knowing what is happening in class, and I was attending the classes almost regularly because our teacher was amazing. He taught maths very interestingly. So maths was very easy for me and smooth going for me.
So students upcoming in the NITJ should attend their maths classes regularly, and what book should they follow, like the?
Okay. I am coming to this. If you are comfortable with your teacher, then it's fine. But if you are not, there are many resources flooded on YouTube for any chapter. So if I also missed any of the classes of maths, then I would refer it on YouTube. That part, what it was. But most of the studies, I am telling you all that most of the studies, 90% is done before exams only. Only the 10% you have to make fit in your mind that you know what the syllabus is being done in class. Just you have to make sure that you know what is going on in the class at the end of the week. Just that's sufficient. Okay, so no specific book is required, if you truly say. Just follow any of the book recommended by your teacher, and important questions told by a teacher, you will be done.
Okay, so Applied Math 1 ends here. So next is CP, Computer Programming. It's also one of the toughest subject in BTech, right? Most of the students get back in that subject, right? Almost 40% of the CS and IT students get back in CP now. So we have C language in our CP course. So Sanskar, will you elaborate about C?
Okay, CP Computer Programming. We are studying C in that. So it is the only subject which requires a bit of consistency in first year. Otherwise, every subject just requires exam day study or 1 week study before exam. That's the only subject which really requires a bit of consistency. At least you should do CP 2-3 days a week, and 2-3 hours is sufficient a day, and just you are going up with your pace. 2 hours, max to max 4 hours per week is sufficient for CP. Just make sure that you are taking it out and doing all the labs in the CP lab properly, going through with the codes. So it would work fine, and before the exams you get to know important things and what are the important chapters, and then just be thorough with them, then it would be done.
Okay, so CP is all about practicing the questions, right?
CP is actually about practicing the questions, but as far as the semester is concerned, it's not about practicing the questions. Just you should know the theory part properly, and some standard questions, like standard questions which your teacher would be telling. Just do that. Don't do that much practice for at least C is concerned. You have much more to do in other DSA, which we will be studying in second year now. So just focus on what the teacher is telling in class and just follow those questions. Do some normal output questions from YouTube or something like that. that would work
So
fine.
what YouTube channels should student follow? The Code with Harry or Apni Kaksha? Do you have any recommendation?
All are awesome in their places. Just you should get the vibe connected with any of them, and after that everything works fine. I myself studied from College Wala channel. The teacher is amazing. He really makes a concept through your head. So I was very impressed with that teacher. So I did most of the chapters from him only.
Okay, the College Wala, right?
College Wala channel.
We can search it on
Physics
YouTube.
Wala by Physics Wala. It's by Physics Wala, and the teacher starts from the basics, and he teaches from the basics and takes you to very advanced level. So you have to know, you just should know where you have to stop to for your semester exams. Then you can in your free time do whatever you want to go in further depths and all.
Okay, then our next subject is chemistry.
Oh, chemistry.
Have you any thoughts on chemistry?
Most boring subject.
Okay.
The most boring subject.
You don't like mugging chemistry?
Yeah, I just don't. And in J time I used to like, because that time concepts were very interlinked, and the teacher which I used to study from, he also would make everything right into my head by connecting the dots. But here the chemistry is all haywire. It just goes something like this, and at the end you have to mug it up. And my interaction with our teacher was not very interesting to teach and to hear. So most of the time it was just before exams which I studied and got.
You studied from where you studied chemistry?
Just the material which the teacher sent,
okay.
And then sometimes I googled on YouTube, or typed on YouTube what this thing is, then saw something, and then finally you have to mug it up. The thing is, finally you have to mug it up and reproduce it on the paper day. Bas.
Okay, there's no other way.
Yeah, there is no other way, because it's all about just filling the pages. If to truly say.
Okay. Then our next subject is BEC. So have you any thoughts on BEC? It's one of the most lengthiest subjects in class, right?
This is the only subject after CP which really takes in efforts to tackle and to at least do it to the level prescribed by your syllabus. So BEC, in first semester CSE department was having electrical, and in second semester CSE department was having electronics. First semester was very smooth for me, electrical. Just from the J level they picked it up, Kirchhoff law, voltage law, and then slowly a teacher was very amazing. He really taught BEC very interestingly, and then the syllabus was also not very lengthy for BEC electrical, so it was very smooth for me to learn and to grasp, and it really went on well. But in the second semester, electronics just really scared the shit out of my head. So it was really.
What was scary about that?
The semiconductor part, which I used to hate in my J time, had come across before my eyes again. So really, I did not like that.
Specific part about that subject.
Yeah, right? Semiconductors, transistors. It really gets very boring. You are not getting the vibe out of it, not feeling it connected with your real world. So, and the concepts are also a bit harder in that. So electronics was very painstaking for me. I had to study it in the last month before my exam, many times. Even then, I was faltered in some places. Yeah, so that's it.
There are rumors that EG and MPP are going to be removed from the upcoming year. So what are your thoughts on EG and MPP?
As far as I have heard, reportedly it is being removed from the syllabus.
Okay, it is going to be removed.
I think it's going to be removed because I have heard many times now. But let's wait for the student. As far as I have heard from many of my classmates and from the air that's going around me, I think it's gonna happen, and it should gonna happen, because these two subjects really were so boring and so out of the box for me.
You didn't like MPP?
I did not like EG. MPP though is just normal theory, just now your normal life, what you are writing. And but EG, the only subject which scared me so much. I could not sleep peacefully at night because of that, because I had in my head going on that you have to finish the sheet, and to truly say, I never liked drawing since my childhood. Never. I used to get the one of the poorest grade in drawing since my class, since my school time. So yeah, that and I had no idea that drawing would be coming again in my engineering time. So I thought it's just limited to mechanical part or something like that, mechanical and civil part. I did not know that CSE students would also have to do it. But where the scariest nights I have encountered because of that EG, the day EG just I gave the last paper of EG, na, the relief I felt that day is unmatchable even till now.
You feel take a deep breath after EG, right? So here we cover.
We all were so frustrated. You can ask any first year student. No one except some few girls who are very good at drawing. Otherwise, the whole first year would say the most frustrating subject of first year. It should be removed from the syllabus. When we have so advanced technologies, what is the point in studying EG? MPP management principles and practices. The subject does not require any teacher. It just requires your perspective. So it was very easy going for me. Just you have to know some basic principles and you have to elaborate your thoughts. So it is gonna be easy. Hope it also gets removed because it doesn't make sense to an engineering student.
It makes sense.
It makes sense. But the type of questions that are being asked in the exam, they are not testing your skills. They are just testing what has already been achieved, what has already been researched. So what is the point of making you acquainted with those researches made by those the people? If you are being if you are being asked about your thoughts, what you actually can make changes, what actually are your thoughts, then the subject makes sense, but not those some monotonous principles which are prescribed 2 centuries ago. You have to write about them. That doesn't make sense as far as my insight says.
Okay. So here we all cover the 6 subjects. Now Sanskar gonna share some tips or extra tips that you gonna apply in your studies to improve your marks or study pace, right? Okay. Sanskar, do you have any tips for juniors?
Actually, the first year is gonna be very chill. I personally can say this, though we have the shortest first year, I can say as far as I have heard, this is the shortest first year, shortest period which was given to first year students to complete their first year. Still, in those 8 months, I can warranty out of these 8 months, 6 months, everyone must have chilled. Only those 2 months might have been hectic for us, keeping aside the assignments do get hectic, but as far as studies are concerned, most of the people must have studied only 30 to 40 or 40 days only in the whole first year. So that's gonna be just, you have to take time out of for sometimes for CP, just that subject I can say. I don't remember anything in second semester which I did study. Second semester I just chilled because I had no EG to take, EG sheets to make. So I just chilled those shitty labs which you have to write and the practical labs you have to make. Apart from that, I just chilled in the second semester. It was quite relaxing for me, I can say.
Okay. So now our first year done, do you have any tips for upcoming students about all first year?
Okay, please don't be bothered by the thoughts which you will hear that first year is gonna be tough. First year is tough. It is gonna be tough if you are not taking it seriously. But just when you enter the college, explore the vibe, explore out your interest. I personally feel sometimes regret that I did not explore my interest as I could have, because of some family problem in the mid of the first year I feel I had. But just know your interest, figure out all your interest, and just explore what you are as a person. And I also want to make one tip which I can strongly pass on to my junior. Please don't get involved with anybody that you forget who you are. Please remember this. One should not forget that what one has come for and what one has dreamt of to do in this first year. So have all the fun, figure out everything, but don't forget who you are and what dreams you have brought up to this college. And studies, don't take pains for this. take pains for some side hustle you are doing. Studies, everyone is doing in the first year. Everyone in the first year is doing studies. You should figure out what side hustle you can make in the first year. I did not doing this myself in this first year, but I will soon figure out in the second year. Let's see.
Okay, that was very fantastic experience here by Sanskar. Sanskar, we had some personal question. Would you like to answer that?
Huh?
Some personal question. Would you like to answer that?
Sure.
Like, who's your favorite teacher in first semester?
My first semester best teacher, my electrical teacher. Electrical teacher. He was very fun.
Okay.
Very fun.
And in CSC?
Okay, my friends in CSC, they are some of my floor mates, and then they are Himanshu, Korab, and Saurav, Manisha, and all. Yeah.
Okay, and your friend in college?
Okay, my best friends in college, they are Saurav, Utsav, Varinder, and Dinesh. Yeah.
Okay, they are best friend, right? And what was your best experience in first year?
My best experience in first year, okay, was the time when I got the chance to host and do some part of anchoring on the Think India event organized by
the RASE event.
Yeah, RASE event.
We have covered this in our blog. You can see that in the I button right over there.
Okay, the moment I hold the mic in my hand and the shivering I felt that at that moment, and the way it went on, it went really great for me. So I really enjoyed that day.
It was your first time?
Not the first time, but first time in college. Okay. So I really enjoyed that thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there any fine imposed on you in first year, as you are so studious student? Have you encountered any fine?
Yeah, the hostel authorities do impose lots of fines because of some nuisance committed by you, including your friend. So we did one nuisance. We collapsed the door of our washroom one day due to I think some.
How much the fine was?
Yeah, so fine approx, I think 200 was imposed on all the 40 students of that floor.
Okay, so it sum up to 8,000.
Yeah, 200, or I think more than that it was, a bit more than that it was. So yeah,
I thought it's 10,000 per gate.
10,000.
It was imposed in our case also.
Yeah, 10,000. Yeah. Something I think 250 was there.
250 was there, right? And most of the time. And most of the time, where do you spend your most of the time, right?
Okay, most of the time was spent in my friends' rooms, my friend Varinder room, Saurabh room. Most of my time was spent hanging out with them, having fun with them, and doing some other sort of fun on movie nights. Movie nights are the craziest in hostels. So yeah.
So what's your favorite movie or web series?
Okay, my favorite movie or web series.
Yeah.
Okay, my favorite movie or my favorite web series is Dark by Netflix. So what a web series! And then in Indian genre, it is Asur. Welcome to the Dark Side. It is literally the best web series. And then I also like Money Heist, Black Mirror, Scam 1992. Yeah, these are some of the best web series as far as my interests are concerned.
That's very nice of you. And do you have any crush on your classmates or in college?
Yeah, I had a sort of crush on one girl, but soon I realized that I have many better female friends to look out for, and they do really give me good company. So I am not into any crush anymore, because these are just fading glances of love. They are not gonna take you anywhere. Just make some meaningful friendships with either male or female friends, but they are gonna take you anywhere. So, such fading crushes are just passing, and they don't really make any sense.
Like
if the other girl is and the other friend is not interested in you.
If the other guy is not interested in you as you are, so we should move on, right?
Yeah. Even if he's a friend or she's a friend, if he's not ready to accept you or the way you are, and is trying to change you, and is giving you cold vibes, it's the right moment that you should take a back seat and step out, because then it goes on becoming toxic, and it will just turn into a use and throw game. So just back out.
Okay, that was one of the most valuable advice you can give to the junior, right? And it's good for me also. I should follow it, right? Okay, thank you very much, Sanskar, for this.
Thank you.